Hey, welcome back. Today, I'm diving into one of the most fundamental topics in biology, the cell, the ultimate powerhouse of life. If you've ever wondered what makes up all living things, from bacteria to blue whales, you're in the right place. Let's kick things off with prokaryotic cells, especially bacteria. These tiny life forms might look simple, but they've got some serious architecture. Picture a bacterial cell like a fortress with three main layers. First, the outermost glycocalyx, which can either be a slimy layer or a thick protective capsule. Next up is the cell wall, providing shape and support. And finally, the plasma membrane, which controls what goes in and out. Now, not all bacteria are alike. Some have thick cell walls and stain purple in the Gram test. These are Gram-positive. Others have thinner walls and don't take up the stain Gram-negative. Some bacteria can even move, thanks to whip-like flagella, but others just chill in place. There are even surface structures called pili and fimbriae. Think of them as sticky Velcro for attaching to surfaces or each other. Inside, you'll find ribosomes, those tiny factories where proteins are built. Sometimes, several ribosomes link up like a train, forming a polyribosome to make proteins even faster. And don't forget inclusion bodies, storage blobs for nutrients like starch or gas, especially in photosynthetic bacteria. Switching gears to eukaryotic cells, that's plants, animals, fungi, and more. These guys are like prokaryotes leveled up. They have a real nucleus, wrapped in a nuclear membrane, and a whole suite of organelles, each with special jobs. Plant and animal cells are cousins, but not twins. For example, animal cells have centrioles for cell division, while plant cells typically don't. The cell membrane itself is fascinating. Thanks to advances in electron microscopy, we know it's made up of a double layer of phospholipids with proteins scattered throughout, kind of like a sea with floating icebergs. This structure lets the membrane stay fluid, so proteins and molecules can move around as needed. The cell membrane's main gig? Controlling what enters and leaves, whether it's water, ions, or nutrients, sometimes using energy, sometimes not. Let's talk about the cell wall. Found in plants and fungi, it's a rigid outside layer made mostly of cellulose in plants, or chitin in fungi. It's strong enough to keep cells from bursting in water and helps them stick together. Inside the eukaryotic cell, you'll find the endomembrane system, a network of organelles like the endoplasmic reticulum, both rough and smooth, Golgi apparatus, and lysosomes, all working together to make, package, and break down molecules. Mitochondria are the real MVPs here, double-membraned, packed with enzymes, and the site of cellular respiration. They take in nutrients and spit out ATP, the cell's energy currency, which is why they're called the powerhouses of the cell. In plants, chloroplasts steal the spotlight. They contain chlorophyll and handle photosynthesis, turning sunlight into food. Both mitochondria and chloroplasts have their own DNA and ribosomes, which is pretty wild, and hints at their ancient origins. Finally, don't forget the cytoskeleton, a dynamic network of protein filaments that give the cell its shape, help it move, and organize its innards. So the next time you look at a leaf or your own skin, remember, every living thing is made up of these tiny, bustling cities called cells. They're complex, efficient, and totally awe-inspiring. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit subscribe and stay curious. See you next time.